Get in there. Crickets. Needed my chase boy to say, yeah, yeah. Get in there. Yeah, yeah. That's right, folks. Chef BoiRDeen going solo on the podcast. Due to some technology problems over there at the Garage Guys place. On a little pit stop from the tour, talking about Garage Guy Chase, and I'm back at my place. So wanted to get with you guys for a little while about Pocono. We got a doubleheader this weekend, which has traditionally treated us very well in the Garage Fam. I know if you've been with our content before the season, you're probably familiar with doubleheader weekends and our success in those. So looking to get into that slate. But before we do, wanted to give a quick shout out to Inside Tailgating and Duke Cannon and all the brands on board for the 8-week venture that the Garage Fam's been on. Especially this past week, I got to join the guys. I was fortunate enough to be there in Nashville. And we had a great time. Got to bag some corn with Ricky Stenhouse and Kyle Larson. Got to meet some incredible fans. Got to check out downtown Nashville. Got to meet some really cool people. Some good networking there for the Garage Fam. And I'm sure you guys have been enjoying the content as we rolled it out. Not much sleep, as you can tell. I'm kind of dragging a little bit, still recovering from the weekend. Basically, when we're not doing content, we were doing stuff. Or when we weren't doing video content with the fans or with Stenhouse and Larson, we were in the RV getting ready for fantasy and betting. So very little sleep. And I'm afraid it's not going to slow down this weekend. And I'm excited for Pocono. So without further ado, let's get into this slate. Before getting into the plays, just real quick on Mr. Kyle Larson. We're seeing some Xfinity Kyle Busch type stuff with the pricing on DraftKings, which is, I mean, we can't say it's not warranted with Kyle Larson's dominance, but let's talk about this price real quick. $12,500, and the next highest price guy is Chase Elliott. So, and he's at $11K. So I really don't think I've ever seen a margin like this from top to second and from top to that next batch. So, going to be interesting there to see how people play him and how high people play him. I, for one, think it's too high of a price. Of course, I'm kind of more of the numbers guy, and I don't think that the $1,500 margin is necessarily warranted, even though his odds to win this race he's the favorite again. I will say FanDuel, I have more interest. It's easier to plug him in there, finish your lineup, which is normally the case. As you know, as I've stated in the past, that's where the beta boys play and the alphas at DraftKings. Not to say I don't play on FanDuel, just to stick with my motto there, the alphas and the betas. The first guy I wanted to talk about after talking about Larson there is Chase Elliott starting 29th, which is not a surprise. But looking at Chase Elliott as our first play here, his history actually isn't great. Average finish of 17.8 over the last 4 races. And I'm hoping that some people look into that and maybe decide, okay, he's going to be chalky starting 29th. Maybe we don't play him because of that history, because I think that's going to be a common thought. It crossed my mind for sure. But this is kind of one of the situations maybe I don't want to, don't want to get too cute and let's just rely on that Hendrick speed a little bit. I mean, we've seen what they've been doing. There's no reason Elliott can't get a top 10 here, and that'd be 19 plus place differential depending on where he finishes. So yeah, I'm going to play Elliott some. I'm not sure quite how much, but definitely a fair amount. And you have another place differential option in Ryan Blaney right below him. So I'm not going to, call him a play for the video sake here, but just a couple options of guys that we normally don't have in those starting positions that are back there. And then there's a lot in place differential this week. I mean, even a guy like Martin Truex is 15th. So there's three guys right up there at the top under Larson that you can look at to score those place differential points. And guys, traditionally, the first race, we learn a lot. So the doubleheader, in general, I don't want to say this happens all the time. I don't have the data in front of me, but in general, race 2 tends to be a little bit more predictable just because we take that data and usually the race runs similar. So maybe get weird on the first one and then look to play a little bit chalkier the second one, unless you just want to be contrarian and do the opposite. So rolling right through this, going to be a quick video. Just wanted to get to the plays this week. I know this is the first week in a while I feel like we've had qualifying. So you guys know by now that Chase and I usually on the non-qualifying races, we're more just entertainment and hanging out and having fun, especially in front of the RV this past week. But I wanted to kind of jump right into the plays and knock this out. So the second guy I wanted to talk about does have good track history here, but hasn't had dominating speed in terms of DFS and laps led this year. And that's Denny Hamlin. And it's kind of, I don't want to take Chase's lingo with the good boy, but I just have a good feeling. I really don't have I don't think the track history is why I'm playing him, even though it is strong. I'll pull this up real quick, but yeah, Hamlin's fastest lap 69 and laps led 69 nice and laps led 92, and that's over 4 races, and that's pretty good. It's not the most laps led. Let's see who's better. Kyle Busch 137. So that's second best there for Denny Hamlin. But the thing that stuck out to me was just the average finish is insane with 2.5 for Mr. Hamlin there. And he's not been really spoken a lot about recently in our shows. I know Chase was on him pretty early in the season, and so was I, but just wanted to feature him here a little bit. And he's not really has the same place differential upside as a guy like Truex or Blaney or Chase Elliott, but someone that could easily finish, inside that top 5 and maybe even lead some laps at some point. Going into the next guy, I wanted to talk about, jump all the way down to Mr. Eric Jones, starting 22nd at 6,400. And Jones's track history is really what stuck out to me here. It's traditionally a place that he's done really well. I'm pretty sure I'm pulling up my winning lineup from last week really quick, live on the air. Play the Jeopardy music real quick. Pretty sure he's on there. Let's see. So it features Hamlin, who we just talked about, finished first. I believe this is can't remember if this is race 2 or 1. Eric Jones finished third. So going back to the well and 2 guys here that performed well. Eric Jones is in different equipment, obviously, but he is starting that nice position at 22nd, which allows some place differential. And it's, like I said, it's been a place that he traditionally performs well. I'm going to pull up his history real quick. Average finish of 11.5. So average starting position is around 16.3. So, 6 spots back from his average start. If he finishes around his average, that'd be 10 or 11. So at $6,400 price tag, play seems to make a lot of sense. And that's 3 guys. Let's see, who else do we like here? I'm scrolling through. I actually didn't have a 4th play ready. I like Chris Buescher, but he's kind of priced up at $8K on DraftKings. So I'm going to avoid making him a play for now. I'm going to have to dig in more to him for the rankings and make sure to get over to Garage Guys Premium. You can find that on the Garage Guys Fantasy Sports website. And obviously join the Discord for free. Obviously, we want you to be premium and get the bets and all that, but at least join the Discord. We're always talking NASCAR, talking NBA, talking sports, sometimes just talking life. So just get in there, have some fun while I'm stalling here to find this fourth play. And I think I'm going to go to this mid-tier since we just gave Eric Jones at 6,400. I'm actually going to talk about Mr. Matt DiBenedetto, who's just been quiet lately. But he's priced down to 7,100. And I was torn between two guys, really three guys here. Who, one of them contrarian. I'll save that for later. I don't want to really give away all the plays. I'm all over the place during the video. But the two guys I was torn between was Briscoe, who's starting 28, should get some ownership, and Matty D. So I'm going to go with Matty D. Man, I just feel like he's, again, it's not been the most impressive season for him. I think him starting beyond 20th is the reason I'm interested. I think if we were seeing him start in the 10 to 15 range, we're probably going in a different direction. So mediocre stats here. Usually starts around 15, finishes around 15, maybe a little bit better. It says 13.3 here. So maybe he's a guy that, you find yourself, you put in a few of the expensive guys and you plug in a punt play and you're left in the mid-range. Maybe you'll look to Matty D, some other guys in that range, or the Bacon Boy, Reddick, Austin Dillon, Briscoe, Chastain, Stenhouse. Stenhouse and Chastain have been guys that we've been riding a lot this season, and they actually impressed last week. But they're starting 6th and 7th, which really limits their upside, which if you're familiar with DFS, but been watching for a while, you know why that limits their upside. So I think people will kind of move down to Jones. There's Custer down there at 26th, and there's Priest at 31st. Priest was a big play of ours in Cup and let us down. So him starting 31st would be another punt to add to that Eric Jones list. So a little bit more intensive video than just giving out 4 plays, but the official 4 guys that we went with here, Chase Elliott started 29th, which should be chalky depending on if people believe in the track history and try to get cute and fade him. And it depends on what people do with Larson. So I have to dig into what the industry's saying, what they're doing, and how they're guiding people. And that's why you sub premium, to get my thoughts on all that. And the second play is Denny Hamlin. Third play, Matty D. Or did Eric Jones third, and then the other one fourth. So that's really a wrap on the show. Like I said, super excited to join the guys. I got to hang out with Dell and Chase, and the 3 of us together is just as we say at the Garage Guys, it's a beautiful thing when we're all together. And that's a show. Sports, profit, repeat.
It's the Garage Guys. 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 It's the Garage Guys.